a couple months before, Franklin Delano Roosevelt did the Gold Act, Trading with the Enemy Act crap, and the fake crash. That's what it was all about, to hide this information. To distract you. You see the point? Now let me show you some more information. All right. Now I'm going to go back to the treaty book, and I'm going to show you what Obama was reading from. Anybody that's what I'm saying. Go on any internet and type in, what does Obama have to say about the Moors? And then he's going to go right into Tripoli Treaty. And I'm going to go into it for you. And he goes into the middle, but I'm going to go into the whole thing to let you see. This is what Obama is going to be reading from. Keep in mind, they break tradition, don't they? Because the president and his wife are always presented together, aren't they? How come she triangulated and went to the Alhambra, the last stronghold of the Moors? Then he goes to Egypt and exposes that the United States Constitution comes from Muslim law. And he goes right into Article 11. Let's look what Article 11 said, that the president for the United States Corporation spoke to the world. As the government of the United States of America is not in any sense founded on the Christian religion. First sentence. See what you don't know about this government? See what your so-called marching leaders have been hiding from you, because most of them are paid off to play these 501c3 games with Lyndon Baines Johnson to keep his Negro marching guys in order. That's what that 501c3 agreement is for. Don't rock the boat. So as the government of the United States of America is not in any sense founded on Christian religion, as it has in itself no character of enmity against the laws, religion, or tranquility of Muslims, that's where you get Muslims from, and the said states never entered in any war or act of hostility against any Mohammedan nation, it is declared by the parties that no pretext arising from religious opinion shall ever produce an interruption of the harmony existing between the two countries. Doesn't that go back in support of George Washington's letter? So then now when y'all have issues in front of that court, and them magi, them judges and magistrates who are Masons, and you walk in there and they playing them Negro acts on you, don't you know that they know that they're violating you? And don't they know that that Grand Chief of the Moorish Science Temple is supposed to automatically send a mufti down there to remove you out of that jurisdiction? Because you don't belong in that jurisdiction? That's why Eisenhower closed down consular courts in '54 to control his marching Negro leaders.
I also know
that's the proper venue. Because consular court is Article 3, Section 2, diversity of citizenship.
The places like
they needed you to agree that you
that carried the light of learning through so many centuries, paving the way for Europe's Renaissance and Enlightenment. It was innovation. I also know civilization's debt to Islam. It was Islam, the places like Uluzat, that carried the light of learning through so many centuries, paving the way for Europe's Renaissance and Enlightenment. It was innovation in Muslim communities. There was innovation in Muslim communities that developed the order of algebra, our magnetic compass and tools of navigation, our mastery of pens and printing, our understanding of how disease spreads and how it can be healed. Islamic culture has given us majestic arches and soaring spires, timeless poetry and cherished music, now endless poetry and places of peaceful contemplation. And throughout history, Islam has demonstrated through words and deeds the possibilities of religious tolerance and racial equality. also know that Islam has always been a part of America's story. The first nation to recognize my country was Morocco. In signing the Treaty of Tripoli in 1796, our second president, John Adams, wrote, "The United States has in itself no character of enmity against the laws, religion, or tranquility of Muslims." And since our founding, American Muslims have enriched the United States. They have fought in our wars, they have served in our government, they have stood for civil rights, they have started businesses, they have taught at our universities, they've excelled in our sports arenas,
Rastafari.
they've won Nobel Prizes, built our tallest building, and lit the Olympic torch. And when the first Muslim American was recently elected to Congress, he took the oath to defend our Constitution using the same Holy Quran that one of our founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, kept in his personal library. So I have known Islam on 3 continents before coming to the region where it was first revealed. That experience guides my conviction that partnership between America and Islam must be based on what Islam is, not what it isn't. And I consider it part of my responsibility as President of the United States to fight against negative stereotypes of Islam wherever they appear. But that same principle must apply to Muslim perceptions of America. Just as Muslims do not fit a crude stereotype, America is not the crude stereotype of a self-interested empire. The United States has been one of the greatest sources of progress that the world has ever known.
Yeah.
Was colored, and therefore they needed some Negro guys to convince you were people of color. Well, let me show you what them Negro leaders know. I'm taking you right to law. How many more minutes? All right, I'm going to do this and then we'll close up. Now, I'm going to Henry Campbell Black's Law Dictionary. And all of them, all your politicians and all your leader guys got this information, because remember, anybody that got degrees must know language and must know how to trace language. And they must know the basic geometry operations of government, because they're taught it. That's what makes them imams. That's what makes them rabbis. That's what makes them grand sheikhs. You understand? So don't think because they're from different clubs that they got different information, because truth don't change or pass away. In secret, they're all Kabbalists. In open, they make all these little different versions so they can have different parts of the club take care of them. And Susie, with Jesus' head. All right, so we're going to go. I'm going to do two things. I'm going to go to you all and show you what happens when you call that European white man, that you're giving him your sovereign power that belongs to you. And when he acts like it, don't get mad. Because you're an heir, and you have a right to sign them. You keep on signing somebody your position because you don't know that you're white, that's on you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's true. I was like, what?
Free white person.
This is law. Now, keep in mind, Knights of Columbus Ku Klux Klan oath, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Chicago, Illinois, 1854 to 1863. Horace Greeley in competition with Lincoln. Go West, young man. That's the ritual with the Mama's Parade that they're using. And the Whig or Moore party. Whig or Moore, they put on wigs that look like Moors. That's why they use it just like they do in England right now. The barristers wear wigs to imitate the Moors. It's what's called the Whig-Moor Party.
Ja.
Then that became the Republican Party. Then that became the White Party. This is when the Europeans took on the title white that belonged to you. It's a status, not a complexion. Now, this is what it's assumed to mean since the Knights of Columbus Ku Klux Klan oath, 1854 to 63, Philadelphia, Chicago, and then the Naturalization Act of 1870, when it started to be used by them calling themselves white. But this is what it really means in law, including supported law case. Are we clear? So let's go through this. Free white persons, quote unquote, is a legal phrase referred in the Naturalization Act. So now you're supposed to know sociology, you're supposed to know Nationalization Act and naturalization. They're distinct. Naturalization is for aliens. Are we clear? Now, as amended July 14th, 1870, which meaning naturally given to it when first used in one statute 103C3, meaning all persons belonging to the European races, then commonly counted as white, and their descendants, including such descendants in other countries to which they have immigrated. And understand in law books you have condensation, so you take what you call your conjunctions and stuff like that, and then you reinterject them, the preps, etc., because it's condensed. So it here is free white persons. You see this? So free white persons, includes all European Jews more or less intermixed. If they're not mixed, they can't be free white people.
Ja.
Meaning if they ain't got melanin in them,
For real, man.
can't be free white people. It's a
You hear
legal
that?
status. It includes all European Jews more or less intermixed with peoples of Celtic, Scandinavian, Teutonic, Iberian, Latin, Greek, and Slavic descent. Free white persons includes Magyars, Lapps, and Finns, and the Basque and Albanians. Free white persons includes the mixed Latin, Celtic, Iberian, and Moorish inhabitants of Spain and Portugal, the mixed Greek, Latin, and Phoenicians, and North African inhabitants of Sicily. North Africans are white people. You understand? Phoenician out of complexion. Now, this is what it's assumed to mean since the Knights of Columbus Ku Klux Klan oath, 1854 to 63, Philadelphia,
Black's Law Dictionary
Chicago,
is here.
and then the Naturalization Act of 1870, when it started to be used by them calling themselves white. But this is what it really means in law, including supported law case. Are we clear? So let's go through this. Free white persons, quote unquote, is a legal phrase referred in the Naturalization Act. So now you're supposed to know sociology, you're supposed to know Nationalization Act and naturalization. They're distinct. Naturalization is for aliens.
Ja. Naturalization for alien. I know naturalize.
Now, as amended July 14th, 1870, which meaning naturally given to it when first used in one statute 103C3, meaning all persons belonging to the European races, then commonly counted as white, and their descendants, including such descendants in other countries to which they have immigrated. And understand in law books you have condensation, so you take what you call your conjunctions and stuff like that, and then you reinterject them, the preps, etc., because it's condensed. So it here is free white persons. You see this? So free white persons, includes all European Jews more or less intermixed. If they're not mixed, they can't be free white people.
Yeah.
Meaning if they ain't got
It
melanin
means
in
free
them,
white person. All European
can't be
Jews
free white people.
more
It's a legal
or
status.
less intermixed.
It includes all European Jews more or less intermixed with peoples of Celtic, Scandinavian, Teutonic, Iberian, Latin, Greek, and Slavic descent. Free white persons includes Magyars, Lapps, and Finns, and the Basque and Albanians. Free white persons includes the mixed Latin, Celtic, Iberian, and Moorish inhabitants of Spain and Portugal, the mixed Greek, Latin, and Phoenicians, and North African inhabitants of Sicily. North Africans are white people. You understand? Phoenicians are white people. Moors are white people. It's a legal status.
Yeah, legal status. I know white people.
So, all right, so Iberian and Moorish inhabitants of Spain and
status.
Portugal, the mixed Greek and Latin, Phoenician, and North African inhabitants of Sicily, and the mixed Slav and Tartar inhabitants of South Russia. Free white persons does not mean Caucasian race. Can y'all repeat this, please?
Free white person does not.
Who can read? Who can read? Can you read?
Free white
All right,
Free white person.
It means free white person.
Free white
Free
person
white person
does not mean Caucasian race, Aryan race, or Indo-European race.
Does not mean Aryan race. Free white person does not mean Indo-European
Race, nor mixed Indo-European race.
Semitic and Mongolian peoples who inhabit Persia. A Syrian of Asiatic birth and descent will not be entitled to become a naturalized citizen of the United States as being a free white person.